Hi, my name is Faith and I am a Survivor Faithful, and today I'm going to be talking about Survivor Season 48, Episode 6. As always, if you had not watched this most recent episode, then I would not continue the video as I will be discussing spoilers. We started off the episode really strong with damage control from Cedric. As we saw last week, Cedric and Chrissy teamed up to blindside Bianca, and Say did not know about the vote. So coming back from that vote, Say was not happy. She made it very clear when they got back. She said, "I will talk to any one of you except for you, Cedric. I will not be talking to you tonight." And in that moment, I felt for Cedric's frustration because in his mind, he was thinking, I was trying to protect you in that situation and you won't even hear me out. It seems like she was a little bit more understanding towards the end of it, but I feel like we didn't really get to see that resolution. In the grand scheme of things, I don't know that it necessarily mattered, because at this point, we've already gotten to the merge. I know that in the new era, we kind of have the pre-merge merge, but it just seems like it's happened so fast this season. It just blows my mind when we get to the end watching Tribal Council and there's 13 people sitting there. As we've seen in recent seasons, as we get to the pre-merge merge, there's an opportunity for somebody to get an advantage. I felt so frustrated for Charity when she found the advantage and Say just came out of nowhere right in front of her to grab it. Charity was honestly a really good sport about it. I feel like I would have been kind of frustrated in that situation, but maybe it was just the way they cut the edit. It does make me think, as we know, Charity did get voted out in this episode. Do we think that she might have been safe had she gotten that advantage in the challenge? But on the other hand, Say got the advantage and she didn't win the challenge, so maybe it wouldn't have mattered anyway. I love to see the rallying this season of people trying to work with a group of other people who say they want to play with honesty and integrity. I also thought it was kind of crazy how Kyle also claimed to have the same gameplay, and when we see his confessional, he's like, yeah, that's not what I'm trying to do here. Then we get to the challenge. There was a lot of key points here. We see that Say got the advantage, so she got to skip to the second round of the game. Cedric honestly kind of bombed that challenge, and David not looking at the ball in the individual immunity part was crazy. I felt really bad for Cedric watching him get frustrated with how he performed in the challenge. As someone who's also really difficult on myself, I can imagine how that would be a really hard situation to be in. And I honestly really appreciate Star being there to comfort him and let him know, do not get upset. It is okay. This happens. You just got to move on. I feel like from here on to Tribal Council, there was just a lot of strategy talk. But getting to the Tribal Council, I felt like the dynamic was very different. It was almost upbeat, which is something that we don't usually see. But I will say, I feel like we're at the point of the game where they're just at the merge. People are really happy. They're really excited. And I feel like the next few votes we might see might be some crazy blindsides. And obviously, as we know, the further down you go, the more stressful it gets. And the tribal councils aren't so happy and upbeat anymore. My first thought seeing the vote was who voted for Cedric? I know by staying till the end of the episode that it was Say, but I was so confused how nobody let her in on the vote. And at the end of it, Charity was blindsided. She got voted out, and I don't really know how I feel about it. I feel like Charity was really getting this villain edit almost. And I know a lot of people were really upset at her telling Star to take the idol back from Eva, but I honestly don't feel like that makes her a villain. I think people were just intimidated by her. To me, she just reminded me a lot of Dee. I could have seen her going pretty far in the game, but I think people were just intimidated of her. Mitch was not happy about that vote out though. I'm very curious to actually hear his thoughts in the next episode. Overall, I thought the episode was pretty okay. I feel like it was upbeat. People are excited now that they have officially made the merge too. There was just a lot of strategy talk, but I'm really excited to see what connections really form and what new alliances that we will see. As always, I would love to know your thoughts. Tell me what you thought about Charity getting blindsided, whether you thought it was the right decision, and who you're rooting for post-merge. As always, I will be watching this season and continuing to share my thoughts, so please like and subscribe if you want to follow along. Thanks for watching.